Good morning, everybody. I made some slippers and they're really cute. Contrary to what people are saying about the sailor slippers, I actually really like them. I think that they are comfortable and I like to wear them around the house. I think I just wanted something that wasn't my Birkenstocks to wear around the house, and this fit the bill. That's something I made this in the last 3 months. It is mid-March. It's St. Patrick's Day today, actually. So I'm wearing green, I think. I think I'm wearing enough green. And no, I'm not Irish, or I'm not as Irish as you would think. It's mid March. I am once again trying to just like push myself out into the creative public posting space. I've been making TikToks and Instagram reels about my knitting, and it's been really fun. I keep telling myself that knitting is not like not not a worthwhile hobby, but it's like there's so many other people doing it and it kind of feels like I am having imposter syndrome is what I think I'm trying to say. I'm deriving a lot of joy from posting these knitting videos to Instagram and TikTok. I'm also discovering that I like to show people how to do things too. So I've made a couple of how to videos on TikTok and Instagram. And first of all, they do really well because I think people want to learn. And as far as creative hobbies and such, like I don't feel like there's a limit to how many videos can be out there to show people how to do things. One, because just like any other content topic, like I don't think that the saturation necessarily matters because people are going to be gravitated naturally towards certain people. There's so many variables of if I'm going to pay attention to a video of someone teaching me something or even just like sharing their life. And second of all, like the way that people learn is so different. The way I learn is so not like the normal, normal way that stuff gets taught to people. And so like I tend to learn like super visually, and I want to be shown or told how to do something like once, and then I want to get my hands on the thing I'm doing and I want to do it and figure out how to do it, even if I'm going to fail. Like I need to do it hands on. So I think when there's how to videos or videos educating you on something and they're like, 10 minutes of talking before you get into the thing, lots and lots of explanation or like visually like lots of copy before it gets to the thing. Like everybody knows in those, like soup recipes, it's like, I don't want to read a novel about your grandmother. Like just tell me what ingredients I need. And like some people obviously maybe like the storytelling aspect of like a recipe or whatever. And it's not like one is right or wrong. I just think the way that I learn is very, very hands on, and I want you to get straight to the chase. Unless, of course, there's like safety precautions or things that you actually do need to explain, not necessarily in a craft, but maybe in other things. Whatever. Anyway, all that to say, the type of content I would like to make is maybe just like a how-to video that would work for me and see if it works for other people too, because just because there's someone else that maybe can explain how to do this certain technique in knitting and there's hundreds of other videos out there trying to explain how to do it, maybe someone will gravitate towards my video because I articulate well, or because they like my voice, or because they whatever. Like I do the education in a way that makes sense to them, or that's really easy to understand, or they like the color that I'm working with, like whatever. I think those are the thoughts that are like, oh, you shouldn't do it because so many other people are doing it. Oh, because this whatever about you. And I just think that's such a stupid reason not to do something. So I'm trying to psych myself out of it and just make things that I enjoy and that I would want to consume and then just put them out there. I just have to keep creating it and let the people find me and not get hung up on the things in my head telling me that I can't or that I shouldn't or that I'm not going to be good enough. So something I've been enjoying recently is this Toyota yarn winder I got. Got this on Facebook Marketplace. I paid $40 for this, which, you know, in hindsight, maybe I wouldn't have paid this much. It was a little steep, I feel like, because you can get things like this for like $10 at like a craft store, or probably even on Facebook Marketplace. I just saw the red, which I love, and it says Toyota and it says made in Japan, which that's what I paid $40 for, is this right here, is for that sticker, basically. Anyway, I've been enjoying it. I had a couple of mishaps actually with this yarn right here, with specifically this yarn. This yarn gave me a run for my money because when I was unwinding it all, I just made a mess. And so it took me like 3 days to unravel it all. And thankfully, I only had to cut it like twice. So there's that. But yeah, for this piece I'm working on right now, this is the Stripe Overload polo. It's in cotton. It's super cute. I'm very excited about it. I think that it's going to fit. I've tried it on a few times and I'm pretty sure it's going to be perfect. But yeah, I'm loving this for fun mostly, but because these have gotten really loose, I'm going to re-roll these and rewind them. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. I have seemingly forgotten how to talk to a camera once again. So there's been this like major boom online with craft stuff, knitting, crocheting, all kinds of fiber arts, sewing, this whole like analog movement, I guess is what it's called, which is funny because there's also this group of people that's like, oh, this is like analog is like a trend now to have like your analog bag, or knitting or crocheting or whatever, journaling, doing physical things. Like the thing that we started with is a trend now, which is really funny. I suppose it's cool. I think it's really great to see like people getting in touch with more analog style hobbies, things that require a lot of thinking and still allow you to be mindless. Like what I'm doing is mostly mindless right now, but I'm still making something. I'm not scrolling. I'm not just doing nothing, but I'm also just like doing it because I enjoy it and I like the process of knitting. I have really been struggling with feeling relevant. I've been struggling with feeling like there's a place for me online. There's just so many people trying to do the same thing, which I think is just like stupid that I let that be a reason not to do the things I want to do. Like, I don't know. If I wanted enough, then why am I letting my thinking get in the way of me doing the thing I want to do? I suppose this is my age-old problem. I've been feeling a lot recently like I like myself a lot and I like my vibe and my aesthetic and my hobbies, and I like knitting and I like painting. I like my space and I love to document it and just create visuals from this space, but I don't know why I don't just go for it and like post and share. I love watching other people's stuff that are just like, you know, home diaries and people's spaces, and being inspired by other people's stuff to curate my own space and my own vibe and things I buy and things I make. I think it's really cool to be influenced by other people. And so I wonder, like, it just is always silly to me because I love when other people do the thing that I want to do. But for some reason, I am telling myself that it's not worth it to do it myself. I'm trying to try less while also trying more at the same time. Just create and share and be consistent and not worry about what it's going to look like past a certain point. Like, I don't want to be careless with the things I make. I still want to be curated and creative and, you know, give my content and the things I create like my own special spin, but not think too hard about it to the point where I get in my head and it prevents me from making the thing, because that's just where I
am so easily, I just, it's so easy for me to go there and to just get lost in overthinking and thinking myself out of sharing the things I want to share. I'm just tired of it. I've been stuck in this loop for so long. And I'm not even confident that I'm going to get out of it. Like, I'm sitting here talking, not even sure if I'm recording or if my microphone's working. And like, still trying to show up and make something and just talk and be, drop my stitch marker, talk and be real and honest, because somebody out there is going to be able to relate to my struggles just as I relate to other people's struggles. I really love to see people that are like doing something cool and interesting and following their passions, but also like sharing up the ups and downs, because no one's life is linear, and no one's no one's success or pursuit of a creative passion is going to be ABC. It's not going to be one and done. It's going to have ups and downs and, you know, one step forward, three steps back. That's just the reality of it all. But I think being willing to show up and share and connect with people and be human is such a great way to live, on the screen and off the screen. Even when it's not being documented, like, that's still how I am and how I want to continue to be, is just being human and connecting with people and sharing things. Yeah.
It's the afternoon. I think it's like almost 6, so I guess it's the evening. This is the time of day where from like 3 to 5, if I'm not already doing something, if I'm just sort of at home or not engulfed in an activity that will carry me through to the evening, I get maybe like a low level of anxious more often. Sometimes it gets bad, but it's always around productivity and if I feel like I've accomplished enough for the day. And listen, today is my day off. It's Tuesday. It's my day off. I have tomorrow off. I'm hanging out with a friend. I go back to work on Thursday. I'm trying to set time on my days off and on my days that I work too, just in the afternoons, to move the needle on my creative projects, making videos, knitting, painting projects, commissions, whatever I'm working on at the time. So I do still get things done on my days off, but I think anything I accomplish is like a pro. I usually don't set that much of a goal for myself on a day where I'm planning to just rest, especially in the morning. If I plan a lot of structured creative time, I'm usually not productive. So I like to plan rest and fill it with, coffee and maybe writing or painting for fun or knitting for fun. And then I usually will gravitate towards, oh, I have an idea. I'm going to act on it right now. That's been my process for a while. But around this time of night, late afternoon, I'm feeling terrible mentally because I'm like, well, I posted videos and they didn't do great, and maybe I am feeling a little bit too much from that, which is entirely possible and probably true. But it's directly connected to how valuable I feel like my time was today. And I think if I had shared something and it had gone great, I would have been like, great, the day is saved. Versus making something and it not getting a lot of attention online, it's like, oh, my time was wasted. Which, why do I think like this? It's so silly. If I enjoyed creating something and I enjoyed the process of whatever I made and I want to share it, that should be the end of it. But for some reason, I'm so wrapped up in, is it going to do well? Because I want to make something of myself in this space. And I'd love to be able to derive income from talking about these things and talking about creativity, talking about my knitting and just whatever I'm focusing on. And so I think it gets really discouraging to feel like you're not being noticed. And that's how I feel. The reason I got my phone out to film is because I recognized that I was feeling this way, kind of feeling stuck mentally, frustrated that I didn't do enough, whatever that means, right? That I didn't do what I feel like I wanted to do today. And I wanted to document sort of, I don't know, just talking to myself, like telling myself it's okay that I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to do, or that it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, even if I accomplished it, because I still made stuff today. I still worked on knitting. I worked on this video. I spent time creating and I spent time executing ideas, and it felt good. And I want to recognize that in myself, validate that in myself. I really enjoy discussing my creative process. I enjoy videos like this where I'm just talking off the cuff, whatever. I also really enjoy writing a script for myself, taking a thought or an idea and building upon that instead of just, coming up with it on the spot, I guess. I think both are really necessary as a part of my process. Like, I think the stream of consciousness is really fun and really neat to watch back and see how it happens in my head in real time. And so that's been fun. But also, I think the more structured videos where I have an idea or a topic or just a thought that I want to convey, and then I start writing and I build upon it, I really love to write in that like essay form. So that type of thing is really fun for me too. I want to talk more about how knitting has been a part of my creative process as more than just a knitter. I really want to build upon a lot of ideas that I have and create videos on those topics so that they all have places to live. I feel like so many of my videos the last year have been, oh, I have all these ideas and if only I could execute them, if only people would pay attention to me and I could, bring them to life and whatever. And then it's all sort of like half thoughts jumbled into one video, just me talking like this. And again, while the stream of consciousness sort of vlog-like videos are fun, I personally enjoy when people have put a lot more thought into an idea, into a point that they build upon and talk about. And I want to do that with my ideas and my thoughts too. So yeah, I know that creating things takes time and it takes patience. It takes time spent and time waiting after you've done the work for it to, pay off, receive notoriety, whatever. But I also know that it's like really rewarding even in the process for me. And talking to the camera, editing my videos myself is challenging in some parts because it's a lot of FaceTime with myself and I notice my flaws and I notice my tendencies and the words I say, over and over, whatever, is one of them. So I like who it makes me become, I think, because it forces me to look at the parts of myself that I can easily ignore. And I don't want to ignore them. I want to recognize them and appreciate parts of myself and like them more, or recognize that I maybe want to change them or work on them or whatever, better them in myself. So it's kind of like a win-win situation to care and show up online. I think the lose part comes just from your perspective. If I'm looking at it like a waste of time, if it doesn't get views, then of course I'm going to be disappointed when my video doesn't perform like I want it to. But if I'm looking at it as an opportunity to talk about the things that I love, talk about my creative process, the things that I do that bring me joy, the things I'm learning, and then just enjoy the process of it all. I love to watch my videos back. I love to watch the things I've already created. If that's the way I'm framing it and that's the way I'm looking at it, there's not really a way that I can lose. I'm not sure why I fall off every time I try to create. You'd think that maybe I just don't care enough. And maybe I don't. Maybe I haven't. But I am my own problem. My viewership or people not paying attention to me is not my problem. My own inner critic is my problem. And so to push past that and show up and create and talk about knitting, talk about art, talk about the creative process, talk about what I'm inspired by and things I'm doing to get more in touch with my inner artist, that lights me up. So I want to talk more about that, and I want to learn, and I want to put myself out there for no other reason than for myself to look back on it and see my own growth. I think that's really special, but also to see if it's something that people would want to pay attention to and see if it's something that there could be a place for me to speak about those things online. Well, I think that's it for today's video. I appreciate you watching and following along my creative journey. My name is Kaylee. I'm an artist. I'm a knitter. I love to watch Minecraft YouTube videos. That's really all there is to me. Thanks for watching. I look forward to continuing to talk about these things and furthering the conversation about art and life and creativity. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I finally own a Toyota.